Liebe Schüler und Freunde der Dudelsackschule, herzlich willkommen zum 19. Pipegeflüster der Dudelsackschule, Werksführung bei McCallum Bagpipes. Ich bin mega aufgeregt, weil wir sind heute vor Ort bei McCallum in Kilmarnock, Schottland, und zeigen euch heute, wie man den Dudelsack herstellt, wie man Bagpipes baut. Ja, unsere Schüler in der Dudelsackschule, die benutzen schon seit vielen Jahren McCallum-Produkte und spielen auch die Instrumente natürlich. Das ist die McCallum Bagpipe, Practice Chanter. Und wir sind sehr zufrieden mit den Produkten. Also wir können absolut sagen, die Qualität und das Preis-Leistungs-Verhältnis und auch der Service von McCallum ist unschlagbar. Und deshalb empfehlen wir unseren Schülern auch die Produkte von McCallum. Und damit unsere Schüler und alle anderen Freunde der Dudelsackschule, damit ihr mal seht, wie die Pipes hergestellt werden, deswegen haben wir uns heute auf den Weg gemacht hierher. Der Ansprechpartner für McCallum-Produkte im deutschsprachigen Raum ist Kilson Moore, und der Inhaber von Kilson Moore, Donald McPhee, den haben wir einfach mitgenommen, weil wer kann besser erklären, worum das es geht oder die Führung durch das Werk leiten. Ja, wir von der Dudelsackschule sind sehr froh, dass ihr euch unser Video anschaut, dass ihr bei der Führung hier heute dabei seid. Und ja, deshalb gucken wir jetzt mal, wo wir den Donald finden. Und ich habe auch gesehen, dass der Stuart dabei steht und auch der Kenny. Das sind die zwei Chefs von McCallum Bagpipes. Und die suchen wir jetzt mal. Achtung. So, wo sind sie denn?
Da kommt der Andreas.
Hallo zusammen.
Hallo. Sind wir dran?
Jetzt seid ihr
Ja,
dran.
wunderbar. Hallo allerseits, freut mich sehr. Es freut mich auch sehr, wieder hier in Schottland zu sein, vor allem bei McCallum Bagpipes. Ich will aber nicht lange reden. Ich will euch mal die zwei Herren von McCallum Bagpipes vorstellen. Einmal Kenny McLeod und Stuart McCallum. Und die beiden werden uns durch den Werk führen von McCallum, werden ein bisschen erzählen, auch jetzt am Anfang über die Geschichte von McCallum, und dann geht's los durch die Fabrik. Ich werde nicht alles direkt übersetzen. Ich habe sie gebeten, langsam zu sprechen, und werde dann immer wieder, wenn ich denke, dass es notwendig ist, mal der ein oder andere Sache übersetzen. Und ich werde aber auch Fragen stellen, die ich denke, die interessant sind, und anhalten und wieder übersetzen dann für euch. Dann stelle ich mal vor, Kenny McLeod, Stuart McCallum, the floor is yours.
Hi everybody, we're looking forward to letting you see everything that we do at McCallum Bagpipes. It should be an interesting tour. We thought it might be quite interesting as well for you to know how we started and how Stuart and I met and how the company grew. So in 1990 I was the pipe major of the Glasgow Sky Association, competing in Grade 1, and a very young man called Stuart McCallum came to join the band. Gave him his audition and he was a fantastic piper even then, and that's how we became very good friends. We used to travel to contests together, both lived in the south side of Scotland, Glasgow, and he was in Kilmarnock. And then I lived in America for a couple of years and I was selling pipes and stuff over there, and I got Stuart to do some repairs at that time. And when I came back in 1998, we thought this is a good opportunity to start a brand new bagpipe maker. And McCallum was obviously a very famous name in piping, so we called it McCallum Bagpipes after Stuart. And since then, we've just invested heavily in machinery to make things easier and more efficient to make pipes. I remember the very first time we bought a CNC lathe, which was £5,000. I couldn't sleep for a week thinking about it until I saw Stuart, what he could do, and it's gone from there. Stuart has really revolutionised the way bagpipes are made, because his mind's not clouded by how things are made by bagpipe makers. He looks at the part and thinks of the most efficient way to make it, and that's how it's gone. It's become such a success story because It's the easiest way to make it the most efficient, the most cost effective. So there's a lot more to tell you, which we'll probably talk to you about tomorrow, but I'll pass on to Stuart and he'll give you a tour of exactly what we do here. Thank you very much.
Okay guys, right Donald, do you want to
Can I just intervene and ask a couple of questions
Yeah, sure.
on that, because it is of interest for people, you know, the background, how did it all start? I remember, or I'll speak in German to the audience. Ich kann mich daran erinnern, vor 20 Jahren, it was about 20 years ago, that I met you guys.
Yep.
And I came to McCallum Bagpipes, and your family has a timber,
Yes.
wood, Holzbetrieb. Is that one of the reasons why you got involved in wood? That had nothing to do with the
nothing
wood
at
side
all.
of the
My father
family.
just basically helped us to get a little bit of space of his workshop. We managed to get a couple of lathes in there. So that was back in 1998. And then within a few years we absolutely filled the space we had. And in 2004 we bought the first unit where we're standing just now. And then 2011 we bought the unit next door, and we've moved in there and filled it. And then just recently in December 2021 we bought the unit to the other side there, which we're just we're fitting that out as we speak, and it's to give us more space and get the place better organised. And
Ich werde das ganz kurz mal übersetzen. Also als ich McCallum das erste Mal kennengelernt habe, das war vor 20 Jahren, die sind ungefähr 23 jetzt Jahre am Start. Und das war ganz hinten, man sieht jetzt gleich diese Hallen, also Riesenhallen hier, wo angefangen wurde. Es war nur eine ganz kleine Betrieb, und Stuart seiner Familie ist im Holzbereich, sind noch da und haben ihm die Möglichkeit gegeben, mit seinen Eltern dort eine Maschine aufzubauen, etc. etc. Und von dort ist das Ganze gewachsen. Es sind hier it's an industrial row, would you call it, or units. Und McCallum hat peu à peu über die Jahre sich immer ausgebreitet. Wo Firmen dann zugemacht haben, haben die Hallen übernommen. I'll just leave the tour up to Stuart now to show you what we're talking about.
sure, it's probably easier just to go through into the factory,
Yeah,
then we'll just walk
absolutely,
through
yeah.
the factory and we can look at the machines and see how things are made.
Es ist natürlich etwas lauter hier drin. Ne? Wir müssen laut reden, wenn nicht, speak loud for the camera, for the microphone. Just before we start, Stuart, it's normally very busy. Es ist normalerweise sehr, sehr viele Leute hier drin. Es ist aber so, dass die schon nach Hause gegangen sind und es ist ruhiger. Das gibt uns die Möglichkeit, auch mehr zu zeigen, auch mit euch mehr zu unterhalten und in Ruhe das Ganze machen. Aber normalerweise ist hier richtig Leben drin. I was just saying, normally there's a lot of people in here working away, but they're not here today. So
We have 40 people, that's how many
40
people we have.
Personen, 40 Mitarbeiter.
This is the raw material, this is the African blackwood. It comes in a 14-piece set, and we get it from Tanzania and Mozambique. And it's very, very expensive.
Why is it 14? Warum 14 Stück? Why 14 pieces? Is that
That's how many parts?
You get-
14-piece set.
Right,
It
okay,
comes
just the
like
way
that.
it
That
comes.
there's a base stock.
Right.
So you get everything, including a pipe chanter.
Okay.
So it's a 14-piece set. So all your
So
stocks.
that's how you order it in that. So
Yeah, but you don't buy lengths. It comes in square blocks and it's all waxed at the end. But it's only the heart of the tree that's actually black. So there's more waste than what there is yield.
Okay. Also sagt, dass nur die Hälfte vom Baum ist auch Blackwood. Also der Rest ist quasi Abfall. Ne?
But it's not just bagpipes that we make from African blackwood. It's all your oboes, clarinets, all these other
Andere
instruments.
Musikinstrumente.
It makes good musical instruments.
So that blend, is that all you need?
That's for a bass stock.
Okay.
This is like a bass long joint.
Right,
And
okay.
it's the same, it comes just a longer piece. So the first operation we would do is we just turn it so that it's round. And the only reason we do that there, it just makes it easier to grip in all the lathes. And then as we come round this way, we use various different machines. They're all computerised CNC machines. turn down the wood and bore up the holes through the middle.
Also die werden dann quasi, diese Maschinen drehen dann erstmal das Holz quasi von eckig auf rund, dass es dann verarbeitet werden kann. Und die gibt es in verschiedenen Längen.
You can see that's your base top, so the hole gets bored through the centre.
And is it just these machines here then?
Here, yeah.
Okay.
And then, so the further round here, we use these smaller CNC machines to profile.
Das sind ja, hold on a second here. Das sind ja CNC-Maschinen. Und ich will nur gerade erklären, dass der Stewart ein Pionier im Grunde ist im Bereich Dudelsack-Manufaktur. Er war der Erste, der dann es gewagt hat, Dudelsäcke mit CNC-Maschinen zu fertigen. I was just saying you were sort of a pioneer in this area. You were the
We were the first bagpipe maker to get down this road. I mean, a little bit of my background, I wasn't a bagpipe maker, I'm an engineer to trade, and CNC machines is what I get trained on. And the company I used to work for used to do subcontract for Rolls-Royce, but it's the same technology we use, except we're applying to bagpipes rather than to parts for the aero industry. It's the same software and everything I used to program all the machines.
Okay.
So we use these smaller CNC machines that you can see here, and we use them to profile the wood. And these machines just really make it so super efficient and super accurate. Interesting machine. We've got this machine fitted up. This is brand new. We've only had this, they call it a cobot, and we've only had it for the last couple of months.
What's it called?
A cobot.
Cobot.
They don't call them robots because they call them it's a collaborative robot, and it's designed to work along with people. So if that arm was to come round and touch us, it would just stop, so it's very safe. And what it's doing is it's loading components. That's your base stop, that's the piece of wood we were seeing down there. So we're building a hole in there. And what the cobot's doing is it's just lifting it from the pallet, loading it to the machine, and once the operation's finished, it's taking it from the machine and just dropping it into a bucket. It's a very basic operation.
Also das nennt sich ein Cobot, also kein Robot, weil das ja zusammen mit Menschen harmonieren soll, zusammenarbeiten soll und nicht voll selbstständig. Und die nutzen den Cobot, um im Grunde nur das Holz in die Maschine zu füttern und wieder rauszuholen. That's all it does. Puts it in and takes it back out.
Yeah, it can do other operations if you program it to do it, but that's just what we're using it for.
Okay.
And you can use one of these robots to polish if you wanted. You can, once you get the program, it'll just repeat the program all the time.
Okay. Das ist schon interessant, ne? Also,
yeah, I don't know if you want to watch it, it's just about to do its cycle.
okay. Da können wir kurz abwarten und schauen, was er jetzt macht. Of course, while we're waiting for it to do that, then obviously people will be thinking, that's another robot taking away someone's work, and etc. You know. But
It's not like that. The jobs it's doing is a lot of the menial jobs, the jobs that the guys don't like, and it's a dirty, horrible job, turning down and boring up the wood. So it's even safety-wise, it's a much safer way of doing things.
ja. Also der Stewart sagt einfach, der nimmt hier keine wertvolle Arbeit weg von einem Mensch. Das sind so Arbeiten, die die Menschen nicht machen möchten. Das ist einfach das Maschine füttern und die Sachen rein und rausholen. Ne? So sieht er das dann. Is that it broken now?
No. So if you want to go over this way, Robert's got one of the CNC machines. It's profiling the tenor top. So once all the parts are profiled, they're passed round the corner here.
Just a quick thing. So profiling means that it's all the shaping.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Und also the Bohr.
Yeah.
Ja, also Profilen heißt, dass die quasi ihre ganze Form bekommen und die Bohrung bekommen. Das ist so der Rohzustand dann für den. Und dann werden sie dann weiter verarbeitet. Das zeigt er jetzt.
And then it'll be passed from here around the corner. This is Robert, and what he's doing is they call it the beading and combing. It's just the decoration. So you can see this part here, it's come off the machine, and this is what Robert's doing there. And then he'll polish it.
And he's doing that by hand.
By hand.
By hand.
That's
So,
traditional for bagpipes.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect the sound in any way, but it's just traditional.
Ich finde das ganz wichtig, weil gerade in meiner Laufbahn zusammen mit McCallum hört man immer wieder, das sind ja rein nur Maschinen, CNC-Maschine. Also hier ist auch viel Handarbeit dran. Also das Profiling wird auf CNC gemacht, aber die Arbeit, das Handcrafted Arbeit, das gibt es immer noch und das wird hier mit dem Combing gemacht. Ne? Also das sind diese Gekämmte, das ist alles Handarbeit. Das ist ja noch nicht fertig.
We have the polishing machines here. This is still done by hand. This is the metal work. So we actually machine all the metal work and everything in-house. And we'll see that as we go on further on the tour.
Also die Metall wird in-house gefertigt und die Polierung ist auch Handarbeit, das wird hier an diese Maschinen. Und that's aluminium.
Yes.
Could you maybe say a couple of words about that? Because over the years there's been changes, improvements to the bagpipes over the years that I've known McCallum.
I think they introduced the aluminium alloy around about 2010, 2011. And the reason for that was we used to use brass and then we would nickel plate it, but we found the nickel plate would wear off and it would also tarnish. But this it doesn't tarnish and it's not going to wear off or anything. Yeah. Another beauty of it is because we machine it in the factory, I don't know if you can see that there, everything's threaded. So we thread all the parts and then we thread the mating part of the bagpipe so that it screws on in place as well.
Ja, ja. I'll just translate that. So, Stuart sagt, vor ungefähr 10 Jahren haben die angefangen, Aluminium zu verwenden. Davor haben sie ein Messing gehabt und die wurde beschichtet mit Nickel-Silber-Nickel. Aber es gab ja Probleme, weil die Silber-Nickel anfällig ist und dann sind wir einfach auf die Idee gekommen, Aluminium zu nehmen, weil die auch immer hochpoliert ist, die verfärbt nicht und noch dazu haben wir die Möglichkeit, dies mit Gewinde zu versehen. Weil das war ein Problem über die Jahre mit Pipes, heute immer noch, wo da ist Bewegung in den Blackwood und kann dazu führen, dass die Teile abfallen. Und hier hat man seit 10 Jahren ungefähr die mit Gewinde versehen und halten dann viel stabiler und bleiben immer in Hochglanz.
So what we'll do is we'll move to next door. This half of the factory is where all the Blackwood parts are all machined and prepared and all the combing's done. Through to the unit we're just going to go through next door here. This is where all the mounts and ferrules, the metal work plastic pipe chanters, practice chanters, all the accessories are all produced. And as you can see, I think we've got around sort of 20 CNC machines, all doing various different bagpipe accessories, pipe chanters. We even do a full range of plastic pipes now. And you can see, I mean, these machines they're not just doing one particular job. You can download different programs to them, so it can be doing a practice chanter 1 minute, then it could go into a pipe chanter, just whatever the demand is.
Also hinten war der Blackwood-Bereich und in diesem Bereich hier werden die ganzen Zubehörteilen gefertigt, auch viel Plastik, also Practice Chanter, Pipe Chanter etc.
This is the plastic pipe chanter. It's already been pre-drilled, so it gets loaded into the machine, and the machine turns it down and profiles it to the finished shape of the plastic pipe chanter.
How long would that take, roughly?
That cycle's about 15 minutes.
Also das ist so eine Pipe Chanter mit der Maschine zu fertigen. That's from this stage here.
That stage, the profiles is about 15
Ungefähr
minutes.
15 Minuten würde das dauern, pro Chanter dann.
And we have over here, we have another
Cobot.
working away, loading. This is the very, very early stages of the plastic pipe chanter. All the process with this is it's just getting loaded to the machine and it's just facing the first side.
Okay.
And then once we do that, we take it to the next stage where it'll drill the hole.
So that's a conical hole that's been put on the chanter.
Correct.
Yeah. And of course, the beauty with the CNC that it's just reproduction, always the same.
So reliable, yeah, very consistent. And this is we use this particular machine for doing the metal work. And we can use the other machines as well, but the reason we use this machine is we've got this one fitted with this. We call this a magazine bar feed. And basically what it does is we feed in the raw material, so we feed in multiple lengths of the material, and the machine will run away itself, and it just feeds itself.
Okay.
So you've got a parts catcher here that catches the finished components, and the swath goes in the bin.
I thought it was going to get attacked here by the robot. Also der Stuart hat eben erklärt, die Maschinen sind ja flexibel, die können sie auch für Kunststoff nehmen, aber das wird ja für die Metall genommen, weil sie hier so einen Feeder haben, wo sie dann diese Alurohren einfach en masse da reinmachen können, dann werden sie automatisch eingefuttert. Quasi. And this is the most important machine here, I think, isn't it? For the
Snack machine. You've got to keep the workers happy.
Exactly.
This is our engraving machines. Yeah, again, everything's computerized and automated. And the designs, it's cut with a diamond and it actually scores the metal work. But with that though, you get very, very fine detail, as you can see on the stock ferrule.
How often do you need to change that diamond?
It lasts for pretty much years, to be honest.
Okay.
It lasts for a long time.
Also
You
das
tend
ist
to have to replace them more if somebody has an accident, more than wearing out.
right, okay. Also sie werden ja mit Diamant graviert. Ich habe gerade Stuart gefragt, wie lange hält so ein Diamant? Also viele, viele Jahre, aber eher geht was durch den Mensch kaputt, als der Diamant kaputt geht. What would you pay for a replacement diamond? I mean,
It's an industrial diamond, so
right,
it's
okay.
about, I think about £100 or
Right.
thereabouts, so they last for years. And this is our machining centres. We use these machines we can use them for engraving, what it's doing just now, but we can also use it for drilling the holes in practice chanters and pipe chanters.
okay.
Fully automated. You can see all the different drills in the machine.
Are these bagpipe parts or what?
That is going to be off a small pipe or a real pipe.
Small pipe, real pipe.
That's the common stock. As you know, Donald, we don't just make Highland bagpipes here, we make a full range of Scottish small pipes, we do folk pipes, and we're also venturing into the Ulan market, so we're doing Ulan pipes, the practice sets, half sets, and we've recently been on to the full sets.
All produced in-house.
Everything's produced in-house.
Okay.
These are more CNC machines. These are parts of the Ulen pipes.
Also normalerweise würde wahrscheinlich an jeder Maschine jemanden stehen und hier arbeiten. Also wir haben hier etwas Ruhe heute.
That was your plastic pipe chanter that we've seen earlier getting turned. So once it's been turned, we sand and polish the plastic, and then it'll get into this machine here, and we'll put the holes in there.
So how do you sand it and polish it? Do you have a machine for that? Or
No,
is
it's done manually.
Manually,
With fine,
okay.
fine, wet and dry sandpaper.
Right.
And then we use a soft cotton buff to give it a shine. Along with our small pipes, there's a big part of the small pipes is the bellows. So yet again, we make everything in-house. This is a part of the bellow, so which we'll see in a few minutes' time. We'll actually see a more sort of finished bellows. So the wood gets loaded in as a square block, and it'll end up as this.
Also Bellows sind die für die Small Pipes, die Blaseballen. Ja? Die werden auch hier in-house gefertigt. Man fängt an so ein Holzblock an und endet dann hier als so ein Teil. There's more to it than that, obviously.
This is the main sort of part of the bellows. It's made from beech wood. That part where we're looking at getting machined here, that's to do with the cushion that goes on the side of here.
Yeah.
So that's what that's for, in case you're wondering. And then this is for Fred Morrison section, if you like, of the workshop. It's all the small pipes and real pipes that we make.
So that's a bellow when it's finished.
That's where that little wooden piece we've seen earlier there, it goes in below there, and it's to do with the padding for your elbow. Yet again, very proud of the fact that we make everything here is made in-house. We just buy in the leather hides and we cut them, glue them. It's quite a tedious, it's a handmade job.
Yeah.
But it's the heart of the whole instrument, it's the bellows.
And you use that bellow for all the instruments.
It's the same bellow we use on the small pipes as we do the real pipes and the Ulen pipes. We actually modelled our small pipe, the bellows, off of Ulen pipes to start with. Because Fred always spoke about that there because they're a little bit bigger than your average small pipes, but it makes it easier to play them.
Er sagt gerade, so die Bellows sind ja eigentlich Ölenpipe Bellows, sind etwas größer wie die traditionelle schottische Bellows, aber die haben das von Anfang an genommen, auch für die Small Pipes. Also ist auch sehr, sehr hochwertige Bellows, muss man schon sagen. Und werden alle komplett im Haus gefertigt.
And we have a full range of folk pipes that's there against the wall, and each one of them is a set. Very, very popular since lockdown and COVID. People stuck in the house and maybe not want to play the full Highland pipes, maybe for their neighbours.
Yeah.
It's an ideal
Lovely sound
practice.
as well.
Yeah, lovely.
Basically, it's a small pipe, just a different configuration.
People who are scared of small pipes,
Yeah.
that's why we did it, because people, oh no, I don't want to play small pipe, but they don't realise they're just basically miniature Highland pipes, but it's the key of A, and they're just over your shoulder small pipes.
Yeah. And if you want a quick look in here.
This is from our Ulen pipe assembly. And as we go further on into the tour, we'll get a chance to see a complete set.
You making the bags, or you?
We don't make the bags, we just fit them.
Right. Also das hier ist Ölenpipe Fertigung, also Zusammenbau dann quasi von den Teilen. Was ich lustig finde, ist, dass diese riesenlange, ihr kennt ja diese Bagpipe Case, ne? Für die Pipes. Das ist eine lange Version davon. A laugh when I saw this the first time.
Oh, the size of it? Yeah. It's when you see the full instrument, you'll understand
Yeah,
why.
exactly.
Yeah. So I was going to take you through to our assembly department, and we can actually see where the pipes are all put together, and we can also see some of the finished practice chanters and some of the accessories that we do. Just to give you an idea of the amount of components and different parts that we do.
Also wir gehen jetzt in die Zusammenbauabteilung, wo die Pipes dann alles zusammengebaut und fertig gemacht werden für den Kunden. Ich muss dazu sagen, wenn wir als Firma die Dudelsäcke von McCallum bekommen, dann bekommen wir sie nackt als Holz, weil es gibt so viele Konfigurationsmöglichkeiten, verschiedene Säcke und was weiß ich alles, und wir bauen sie dann bei uns auf. Das heißt, wir bekommen die quasi als Rohlinge. You know?
So this is our assembly department, where the finished bagpipes from the workshop will come in for final inspection. We'll hem them, fit the bags, put reeds in them if that's required, set them up, test them for customers, fit the bag, cover cords, everything, wrap them up, and they're getting shipped all over the world. I think they're doing roughly about 80% of what we manufacture, we export all over the world.
Also 80% ist ungefähr Export für die Firma. Ja.
We have our world map, very proud of where we ship things to.
I think the question is there anywhere we don't ship to?
There's very few countries, I can't think anything.
Madagascar, I can see.
Well, we'll need to get into that. So here's some of the practice chanters that we do. Nice presentation practice chanter, the full alloy, everything engraved, everything's made in-house. It's got the African blackwood bottom, plastic top.
That's a lovely chanter actually with the bowl here. Oops. Almost ruined the reed there. Yeah, nice. So I can see an old set of pipes here, Stuart. You do refurbishing
We
as
do
well?
full refurbishments, yes. The guys do refurbish old classic pipes. We recomb them if we need replacement parts, or if we have to glue cracks, we can do all that. We do a full service with that. And we do a full range of various different blow pipes and things. And yeah, again, everything's made in-house. These are all the sort of telescopic universal blow pipes, various sizes, all now with a built-in valve. You've noticed that?
Yes. Das has yet to be publicized, I think. Also die McCallum Blowpipes sind mittlerweile mit eingebauten Ventile drin. Also viele kennen die Blowpipes, wo man dann diese normale Rückschlagventil dran montieren müsste. Neuerdings sind die ganzen Blowpipes von McCallum mit eingebautem Ventil, was sehr, sehr hilfreich ist. Austauschbar, man kann sie dann auch ersetzen. Dann auch.
This is us, we're going to go through into this is our new workshop. We only got the keys for this new workshop on December, so we're still in the process of fitting it out. So the new unit's 5,000 square feet, and at the moment we've got storage, a lot of storage in here. We have a new dispatch office we're doing, but the idea is to fill this with more machinery.
Also das ist jetzt wieder eine Halle, die sie jetzt übernommen haben, neuerdings. Und wir haben, when did you get the keys, did you say?
December.
Im Dezember haben sie die Schlüssel bekommen und jetzt fangen sie an, hier einzurichten und die werden hier dann auch Maschinen dann aufbauen, ne, dass die Produktion noch erweitert werden kann. I can see some lighter wood here. Is that something that
Mopane.
Mopane
Mopane, we use that for it's the Breton pipes we make, the French Breton
okay.
pipes in the key of B. They're almost like I would say about 7 3/4 size Highland pipes.
right?
And they tune them rather than to the low A, they tune them to the B, and it's for the Breton music, so it's really only
That's
for the
Mopane they use for that.
Mopane. Yeah,
Okay.
we actually make the whole.
Also das ist das Holz, die bauen auch für die bretonische Dudelsäcke und die werden in Mopane gefertigt. We know the Mopane as a mount.
We do. We use it
for
on
the bagpipes.
Yeah, we use
That's
that as
right.
the folk pipes, but we use it on the
Yeah.
bagpipes. But
Yeah.
the Bretons like this for their.
So what kind of the Mopane is different in what respect to the?
It's an
blackwood?
African hardwood. No, it's very
Yeah.
very similar. It's just very. I mean, tonally and everything, it's excellent.
Okay.
I mean, we had made Highland pipes from this before, but people like to go stick with
The
the
darker.
darker traditional sort of.
Also es ist auch
thing.
ein hartes Holz, dann auch eine Art
It's,
Ebenholz und
Lovely timber. It's nice
Yeah.
to work with. Yeah. Very nice.
aber in den schottischen Dudelsack-Welt möchte man halt dunkles Holz haben. Ne? Oh, I can hear some music.
We're going to go upstairs.
Yes.
We're going to nip upstairs. We're just going to show you where we make all the reeds. This is the MG department. MG reeds.
Ah ja, das ist die MG Drumreeds. Kennen auch
And chanter reeds.
Enchanter Reeds.
Small pipe reeds.
Also MG heißt, what's it stand for MG?
McCallum and Grossart.
McCallum Grossart. Das ist der Rory Grossart. Und das ist seine Abteilung hier. Aber es ist ja eine gemeinsame Firma. Rory ist heute nicht da, deswegen ist es auch sehr ruhig hier, aber hier werden ja die Reeds, Drone-Reeds und auch Chanter-Reeds gefertigt.
We make all the drone reeds for Rory in the workshop, and he assembles them and tests them, sends them up ready to play, and he also does the chanter reeds.
Chanter-Reeds.
Okay, we'll go downstairs so I can hear some pipes getting played.
Ja. Da spielt jemanden.
Hey Fred, is it okay if we come in?
Fred Morrison.
We come in.
Fred Morrison's in the house.
Fred,
Fred.
how are you doing, Donald?
How are you doing?
How are we getting on?
Great.
So welcome to my humble abode here. This is my new room in the factory, which I'm delighted with, and you can see some of the pictures that we're just beginning to get going here.
This is a tuning room.
This is the tuning room for like my kind of stuff, the small pipes, real pipes, uilleann pipes. I mean, there's a big small pipe section through there, but
Yeah.
you know, this is the stuff that I do. I set up all the uilleann pipes and real pipes myself, and you know, and tune them up in here. I've got a wee set of small pipes, so I'll give you a blast.
Ah, yeah,
Like
that'd be
great.
good.
Just for your customers, these are in the key of A, which is ideal for Highland pipers. They're so easy to blow small pipes. Anybody could convert them in. You'd be up and running in 20 minutes. Small pipes are an easy pressure to handle, and they've got a full sound but very mellow, so they make it really pleasurable for the converting Highland piper. The key of A, I'll give you a wee blast of the chanter on its own first. Yeah, and we make sure that they're all spot on 440 so that you can join in with any instrument. As you can hear, that's a mellow, but it fills the room at the same time. And with the drones are really rich and got a nice kind of chordal sound. I'll let you hear them all together here.
Very nice. I wish I could play them like that.
Oh, you could. And that's just a simple tune. But the thing about the small pipes is even a simple wee tune, it sings away, it sounds nice. Anybody, even non-pipers, can enjoy it. I think that's the thing. These are in, of course, in A, and you've got A, that's your tenor and baritone, and then a harmony E there. That's what gives it that rich kind of chordal sound. And they're gorgeous beside your ear, and as I say, very, very easy to handle.
And you get those mouth blows as well.
Mouth blowing. Nowadays, our moisture control systems are so clever now. They're so highly developed that it's easy to do them in mouth blow as well.
But you would always recommend learning a new technique.
I would. I think you get a new skill under, and as I say, small pipes are not difficult to bellow. People that think, what on earth? I think they'd be surprised. They'd be up and running in 10-15 minutes, and they'd think, see, small pipes are an easy blow. They're easy to handle, and fun. It's fun for the piper. We're all used to competitions and pressure and all this. It's a nice break. It's good for pipers. It's something you can use your tune and play away. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. Very true. Yeah.
So I'll put these down.
Never really looked at it like that, actually.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah.
I mean, I do a lot of kind of workshops and that, and people love it, and they get family barbecues and neighbours that are non-pipers. Actually, you see them all beginning to enjoy it and getting a wee ceilidh, a wee tune. It's great, that set's about 4 or 5 days old, and they're singing away there, so they're all tuned well. Now, here's an interesting beast for you. This is the full set of uilleann pipes, and of course these are, these are the Irish uilleann pipes, and I've got legends of and centuries of tradition behind them, and they are an amazing instrument. Not nearly as difficult to play as they look. But you'd find out that they're actually very simple. They're actually a simple instrument to get going with. I don't want to, say the wrong thing there. I don't mean that, but it's easy for a piper to get up and running with. That's what I would say. They're in the key of D, and they've got 2 full octaves, which means that you can almost play in any key, and they're tailor-made for playing with other instruments. A wee bit acoustically louder than the small pipe. I'll give you a blast of the chanter on its own. And it's important with all, Stuart was speaking to me this morning, and he was saying, you get all the sets the same as your own set for concert level. And that is the truth. That, like I set up every one of these full sets, and every one of them has to be professional level. That's what I'd be looking for if I was getting a set through the post. I'd want everything in tune, easy to play.
Just say, Fredje sagt einfach mal, wenn er spielt diese Pipes auch selber ein, bevor sie zum Kunde gehen, und er betont einfach, die müssen einfach die Qualitätsstandard haben, die er voraussetzen würde für sich selbst.
Very good. Yeah. So I'll give you a wee blast of the chanter, and you'll hear it's got a sound of its own, the uilleann pipes. They say it's the instrument with the closest sound to the human voice. That's your hard D, they call it. It's a great sound off the bottom D there. You've got 2 low Ds. That's your normal soft D, a wee bit increased pressure. It's great for ends of phrases at slow airs. It's very dramatic. You hear it a lot on the Hollywood movies and that kind of thing. You'll hear that note banging in. So that's the chanter there, and that's what I would say would be a comfortable pressure, very easy to blow, but just enough that you want to lean in. And the pressure is really important. Again, the reason I was saying it's straightforward enough for people to get going is because it sits on your knee. So it's not out in mid, it sits here, so you can just get going with a scale very, very easily. And before you know it, I'm not putting any fancy ornamentation, but people get up and running with that in no time. The drones, again, have got a lovely deep growl to them. They're really nice. As you see if I could show you the bottom of that set, you'll see that it doubles in like a trumpet kind of effect there, a trombone effect there. That's because the length of it, if you were to straighten it out, it would be out to the car park. So it's like that, but that's what gives it this full octave D below. I'll give you a wee listen to the drones on their own. sound, really good sound. And you can see they're as steady as a rock, and they're taking no air, they're very inefficient, and they just flick on, and they remain steady. And that's the beauty of these easy drone reeds that we've got, and of course the quality.
So you have easy drone reeds in
small easy drone reeds are set up here, and they're set up for every customer, so they don't need to tweak, and they'll stay like that, honestly, for years to come if they're not touched with, and the pressures are all adjusted. Easy, no air pressure.
Anybody can play that.
Anybody could do that bit. I mean,
Even I could do that.
Good man, Doll. Right, I'll let you hear the chanter drones together, and then I'll let you hear these. These are the regulators, and you'll hear them coming in. They sound amazing. They give you chords that you can play enhanced slow airs with, or you can play rhythmic offbeats and things on quicker tunes. But I'll blast the drones and chanter on, let you hear it all together, and then let you hear the regs. Right up the second octave, the drones remain very steady. These are all the things that we wanted to develop to get as good as we could for customers, so that it was as hassle-free as possible. Right, regs. It's quite a cool instrument, you know, it really is.
So that's a full set,
that's
obviously.
A full set.
You'd start with a practice set.
Practice set, which all a practice set is, you would take that out, and there's a plug that we've talked about, Donald, which screws in there. It looks very aesthetically nice, and that would be your practice set.
And you practice on the chanter.
You would practice on the chanter, get your scale going. If you wanted to add drones only, you just take the plug out and fit in the stock, and of course if you wanted to fit the whole thing, that can go in just like that.
So the next step would be the half set without the regulators?
Yeah, if you choose to.
Okay.
Many people like to go straight to the full set. I did that, and I think a lot of pipers, with the practice set, we get it a lot. I'll just say this. This is an important thing, that they'll get the practice set, but a lot of them very quickly say to me, "Can I get the drones?" You know. And then, of course, the ones that are developed and know they can handle drones, they always come back for the regs. And the regs...
they're more difficult to fit in retrospect, or...?
The only bit that we would need to send, all you'd need to do is take your stock out.
Yeah.
Take the drones out and send us the stock. The only bit we have to fit is this part here.
Okay.
The rest of them, we fit the half sets with wee plugs that you just flick out and the regs fit in.
Ich wollte einfach mal, weil wir bieten die Pipes jetzt an, und wir haben jetzt so die ersten Erfahrungen damit. Und zwar habe ich jetzt Fred gerade gefragt, also man fängt in der Regel an mit einem Practice Set, hat er ja gezeigt, dann gibt es ein Half Set und dann Full Set. Und der Half Set ist ja mit den Drones und dann Full Set ist mit den Regulators. Also man kann ja die Drones nachkaufen, aber Fred sagt, die meisten, die dann ein Practice Set holen, merken gleich, hätte ich dann doch eine Full Set oder Half Set geholt. Ich habe gerade Fred gefragt, also wenn man den Half Set holt, also die Drones ohne Regulators, dann muss man die Regulators nachbauen. Also das heißt, so you have to send the half set in to have them.
Not the half set. All you need to do is take that out, take your drones out, and just send us your stock.
Oh, the stock only.
The stock only.
Okay, so that's.
And we would fit this, and read them up perfectly so that they were ready for you to play, and we would fit these. It's no problem. All you need to do is just send a stock.
So Freds Empfehlung ist gleich ein Full-Set kaufen. So just buy a full set and then...
Well, the full set, I have to say,
Yeah.
you know, I'll say this. Like when I was learning, which was back in the kind of late 90s, I remember thinking, well, I go for the half set, and this guy said, just go for the full set. And I said, what do you do about the regs? This was an old Irish legend, uilleann piper. And he said to me, just get the lot going and get bashing away on them. And do you know something? It was the best thing I ever did, because I was playing them in a week or two, and it works. The package works out more economically for people. They're getting, you know, the whole thing sets up. It's more economical, but the choice is there for people. If people just say, I just want to play a practice, just want a half set, of course.
Well, it's an investment as well. These things, you know, they're not going to devalue.
Not at all.
Because the waiting list is quite long. So, because you could probably say that, Stuart, to build one of these is
It's
a
an
lot of
engineering masterpiece, the whole thing. It's taken a lot of work.
Yeah.
It takes 10 years, to be honest, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, that's a beautiful look. That's a really, like the way they're tuned and playing is like, I mean, to me, is the highest. I've played on a set. That's about as high quality a set as yet ever. I'm not just saying that.
Yeah.
Like that's 440, every note in 2 octaves, every key, every regulator. Drone, air efficient drones that don't move. It's like an extremely high quality, beautiful looking set. And for the price you get them, honestly, it's an amazing, it's a great.
Well,
great
talking
deal.
about uilleann pipes, we'll be doing a workshop next year.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in learning uilleann pipes, then let Andreas know, and Andreas can forward the information to us, because we'll probably get a date set for next year and have Fred over, do a workshop for those interested in uilleann pipes. And best order your uilleann pipes now, because believe me, the waiting time is there for a set like this. And we'll be back in touch with a date for the thing. And a recital in the evening.
Yeah, concert in the evening, yeah. I mean, we could even combine a day with small pipe workshop, you know, and that kind of thing. But, you know, on the wait list, I think we're like something like 6 months at the minute. By uilleann standards, that's incredible. You know, 6 years might be more like it was something, or longer. But 6 months for a full set like that, it's good going. Good going.
Excellent. Thanks, Fred.
Great, guys.
Great seeing you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
And see you soon.
See you soon, pal. Cheers.
So I think that sums it up.
Concludes the tour.
Das war der Tour von McCallum Bagpipes. War super, dass der Fred heute hier ist. Also da habe ich mich auch besonders gut gefreut, weil wir uns gerade ausgetauscht haben, gerade noch gestern. Wunderbar. Also ich bedanke mich bei Stuart. Thanks very much, Stuart. Und Kenny, der ist ja noch hinten, aber wir sehen ihn gleich. Und wir sehen uns gleich. Wir werden dann, we'll be seeing you in a minute for questions and answers, Fragen und Antworten.
So, da bin ich wieder. Das war ja wirklich eine tolle Führung durch das Werk, durch die Betriebsstätten. Total interessant. Also ich fand es beeindruckend, viele Informationen, die wir jetzt erstmal verarbeiten müssen. Und wir machen in Zukunft mit der Dudelsackschule noch weitere Events. Es kommen ganz tolle Sachen in den nächsten Jahren, die wir jetzt natürlich noch nicht verraten. Aber schaut doch ab und zu mal vorbei bei www.dudelsackschule.de und da findet ihr auf unserem schwarzen Brett die neuesten Veranstaltungen, Online-Workshops und ganz tolle Events und Sachen, die wir für euch veranstalten. Also vielen Dank für eure Teilnahme heute und empfehlt uns gerne weiter und dann bis bald. Ciao!